I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming out. I need a motion to approve the October minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the October regular meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Old business, there is none. So we'll go to new business, which is the salary ordinance for, ordinance number 2025-13. This is salary for 2026, however.
I'm good.
So I'll just read through here. Town council members, of which there are 5 of us, has a biannual salary of $973.35. Town attorney's biannual salary is $4,055.63. Clerk treasurer weekly salary of $865.39. Water operator $1,153.85, that's weekly. Sewer operator $1,019.23, that's also weekly. Assistant superintendent, let's see. Okay, so this is Adam. So he cleans up for us at the park, takes care of the restrooms there during May through October, and then November through April, he cleans the offices for us. So that's why there's 2 different salary ranges here. But weekly, his rate is $22.50, and that's when he's just here in the office, vacuuming floors, cleaning the office. And then weekly during May through October, when he's taking care of this and the park, he's at $106.84. Town marshal is $23.63 an hour. Each deputy, of which there are 3, is $22.57 an hour. Deputy clerk, $16.38 an hour. And part-time town employees are $16.16 an hour. And that's our salary ordinance for 2026. Approve that? Or just read it? Okay, so I need a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-13.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We only have to read that once. Okay. Moving on, CD rates and renewal.
So we have the seeded, which is the economic development CD. It matures this Thursday, November 6th. It's for $6,000. I called and got pricing on the rate. I believe it was 2.75 for 182 days. That's what I'm thinking that was. The other option, we do have another option.
Yeah.
Another option that we could do would be to move that, because at Community State Bank right now, the higher rates are for $10,000 or more. So we have a couple options. We could either maybe move some more money over to that CD, because we do have $102,514.43 in that account. So we could increase that amount of that CD to get a better rate maybe, and do like the 7-month CD, which was I forgot my notes on my desk, 3.7,
3.7.
3.7, I think, or something like that. It was 3 something, so it was a little bit more. The other option is that Trust Indiana does have where you can move money over to them, and their rates are higher. They were at 5%. Right now, they're down to 4.2 and 4.1%. I don't know if they have a minimum. I didn't get an opportunity to call them today, but we have several. Right now, we have 3 CDs, and we technically could move all of that into one account at Trust Indiana and get a higher rate on it, and it's more liquid as far as it's not in a CD or anything. It's just like a savings account. So if we need the money, we have access to it. Where in the CDs, of course, we have to wait for the time limit to be up. So that's an option. But I just wanted to.
So instead of a bank holding it, you let another government agency hold it, correct?
It's Trust Indiana, so yes, it has to do with the state. So that's an option, but, and I don't need a decision immediately, but I just wanted to get the information to you so that we can be making a decision on that CD
When's it up?
Thursday. And I can get some more information from Trust Indiana as well as far as that. And we don't, the only CD that's up right now is the $6,000 seeded one. The water one and the other CD are not up yet. They're not mature, so.
So how long of a CD was this $6,000 CD? Was it for?
I think it was a year. This one
Was
was
it
a
12-month
12-month
CD? Okay.
Yeah, but we don't have, the only option we have right now for that one, because of the amount, is a 182-day one.
So where would that other monies come, if we want to increase it, say to 10,000? Where would you get those other monies from?
From the seeded account,
Seeded
it has
account
like
itself.
$102,000 in it, so we could easily move a little bit more of that over. You can move more than 10, you can move more than 4,000. You can move 4,000 and make it 10, or you can move
Well, how
a
often do
larger
you get
amount.
into the CD account to use monies out of it?
We haven't used it last year or this year yet.
So we're almost 2 years, 24 months without use of,
We generally appropriate 20,000.
$100,000.
yeah, well, the point being is that, if we're not reaching out there and pulling it in, I mean, there's no reason for us not to bring something into a CD and
That's a
get
lot
a
for
good
them.
interest rate on it.
That was my thinking
Yeah.
too, because that's quite a sum to be just sitting there.
That's
But
right.
we
And
generally appropriate $20,000 a year for our use, but we just haven't utilized it the last
Okay.
couple of years. And then another 5,000 for sidewalk assistance is where that sidewalk assistance money comes from that account too. So total each year, we're appropriating $25,000 of that money, but we haven't used it the
Haven't
last 2
used any of
years.
those. And that comes from the state, those monies come from the state? Is that all?
County.
All the county monies? Okay.
They may be going, I need to do some more research on that, but that may be one of the things that's kind of going away with these changes. too.
Right,
So,
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just sitting there not getting, benefit out of that money, put it somewhere where it's gonna get,
Yeah, yeah.
so we can, you can take it under consideration, we can see
Where
what
you
it
need
is.
to know by Thursday.
Within 10
10
days of that.
So the
I
16th.
mean, I say even
So
if
we've
you
got
moved
some
80
time.
If you moved 80,000 of it, so you got 20,000 set aside, should we need it for sidewalk or whatever? At least 80.
That'd make it 86,000 a year.
Do you want me to do any more
I think so.
research on the Trust Indiana? Or just?
I'd say, we know we're safe at CSB.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I
I
can
mean,
give you
it's
more
not gonna
information
hurt.
as far as
I would
what
like
it
to know if
is.
there's any other towns like us that's using them.
They are, that's what's recommended because the CDs tie up the money and this doesn't and the rate is higher. So most of them are utilizing the Trust Indiana right now. And when I inquired, I did inquire with Janet at Local Government Services just to see what she said, and that was her recommendation. Was
How
that we
long?
move it.
If we go with CSB, we're 7 months again.
it's 182 days is all we can do with them, and it
I
was.
say we go with CSB and give some time to research this trust in units.
And I,
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of money in CDs, maybe 40,000 in CDs. So of course, everything else is still community state bank, even if we move those CDs.
So you're saying typically we set aside, we say 20,000 is what you would,
25, if you include the sidewalk assistance, is what we appropriate.
and there's
each year.
106 in there? 102?
108 total with the investment, but 102, yes, is still available to be considered.
You want to say 80, move 80 over and
I don't have a problem moving 80,000 to start getting something out of it. I was just saying that.
Yeah, we're talking about putting it in for 6 months.
That's 6 months, yeah.
let's do that. And then if we need that, we know we've got 20,
Move 80
22,000 sitting there. Yeah.
along with the 6 that's already there.
Yeah.
There may have a better rate at that,
What's that?
at that amount of money. There could be a better rate. The 7-month, we could do the 7-month CD on that actually, because it was between 3 and 4%, but you needed to have 10,000, so we could still invest it in the 7 months.
Yeah.
Do we need, I don't suppose we need a motion on that. You could, but I don't think you have to.
Okay, so we're gonna move that 80,000, moving on to HVAC. Quote. HVAC quote. So what's going on, I guess?
We were having some issues with the air conditioner. It wasn't working properly, and we had Ray come out and look at it with Cornerstone Comfort Solutions, and he said either it was the compressor or it just needed Freon, or, coolant, it needed that. But it was gonna be expensive to do that. And so, considering the fact that we keep having that same issue year after year, and it's getting quite costly, and at some point, we're not gonna be able to do it, he went ahead and did a quote for us for the entire system for the the AC and the furnace to replace it. And so I did make a copy of that, but did you have one, Brandon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go make copies if you'd like to see it.
How long has it been since we've had the furnace replaced? Do you know how old this furnace is?
I know the unit.
The building was built.
Is it that
Original-
old?
It's original one,
Okay, right.
since 20 something. So it's been, yeah.
I don't like everything right now. I found everything's about 20 years old.
Yeah.
He priced several different options for us. He did make recommendations as to what he thought would work the best. Let's see. The gold series that he recommended is $15,219. Let's see, and then you can choose to keep the damper system or do away with it. He kind of thought that it might be best to not have that. It might regulate it better if we move thermostat, and
I know it never.
because we're kind of working against each other, because the guys have their system out there, and we have that, a lot of times we'll open the door, because ours will be really cold, and their heat's just
Yeah.
going crazy, so bonkers over there, so we'll open it, and it kind of helps heat. But then in the summer, if there's this real cold, it might keep the heat on for us.
Like a,
They kind of, I feel like, work against each other, so it might be better to move that thermostat, because our thermostat's right across from where theirs blows in. And then if it were in the hallway, it wouldn't work very well because of the doors and stuff. The officers office is usually freezing, isn't it?
Oh, it's freezing, it's radical.
Yeah, theirs is always either really hot or really cold, so it's not being regulated very well with that damper system. So he kind of, it gives us a choice to keep it or do away with it. And then he also has accessory options on a separate proposal. So you can choose what kind of thermostat you want, and an air scrubber to improve the air quality in the building. And there's a burner upgrade for better burners. And then also, I don't know if you saw the picture of the ductwork in the attic. It's kind of a mess. He did a proposal to correct the ductwork in the attic so that things would flow better and make it more efficient.
Let's see that picture. Okay,
My thought, money-wise, was that maybe we could encumber part of the general capital outlays money that we should have left at the end of the year. And then we typically budget $18,000 in that capital outlays anyway, general capital outlays, so we would have that come the new year anyway if we wanted to do a new system. Unless you think there's another project that we'll need that money for.
so I'm not opposed to doing this, but can we, is this the only quote we got?
Yeah, we'll probably need to get another.
So I'd like to get another quote or two, and then maybe one of us can be here while they walk us through. Lucian, did you guys go upstairs and look at all that?
Yeah, we've been up here, but I wouldn't know what I was looking at it. I did, so. I know the ducks are going everywhere, but whether that's right or not,
You want one or two quotes, additional quotes?
Two, three total, sure.
I mean, we're at that 20-year number keeps coming up around here with everything, so.
yeah.
How long, 60?
Gonna be broke if this keeps up.
Things, yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with, if we get a couple more quotes, I'm good with trying to get it in this year still, if they can do it. All right, moving on, reports from employees, board members. Dale?
Thank you.
I have nothing. I figured you were gonna have the most to say.
No, I'm watching that camera.
I don't think I do.
Tim?
Nope, I've been away for a couple of months and I'm quiet on the home front.
Jasmine?
No,
Gina?
Dale wants it.
Back to me, I forgot. We did clean up the property here in town. It was successful, so had some disagreement at the beginning, but everything worked out. So, we shorted on the second one, he shorted it on his own. So, we abandoned doing that one because he's done most of the work now himself.
Okay.
And saved us having to do it.
We have had, I've had a lot of people contact me about the one that we did clean up, and they're thrilled, so.
Yes. I have to.
Lucian, Dale, good job.
Thank you. Good.
Honestly, I had nothing to do with it this time. They did all the work. I might have drove up, pointed out a couple of things, but these guys here did the work, so they take all the credit. All I did was the legal filing stuff with Brad. So I can't take any credit.
Okay. The one thing I did talk to Aaron, that leak, water leak, I guess we're gonna have to start pulling my
Try to
handholds.
find it and see, I'm not, we pulled some, but can't really tell where it's, so. All we can do is just pop some manholes and see if we can figure out where it's at.
Okay.
Where's that at?
We don't know.
They're losing 70,000 a day.
When did that start?
How far, do we know when it started, when we noticed
It
it?
was around the time we flushed hydrants.
Okay.
None of it's coming to the surface.
16's fixed, so.
Okay.
It's gotta be getting in the sewer, is it getting in the sewer?
Yeah, somewhere, I don't know.
Is there a dog in the bathroom, or what's going on?
I hear it too.
Neighbors don't.
No.
What? I don't have anything else. Nothing else from you guys? All right, we'll move on to the town citizens, the ones that matter the most here. So,
Oh, happy meeting. Okay, I got a quick one. In the summer, July preferably, I'm gonna do a car event at my shop. If you're not familiar, I'm one on Market Street. So I'm wondering if I can have some assistance on using Market Street from like 16 to, what's it, Macomb and then Railroad. Those like, where we could park on the street with, if that's something that would work. I mean, because I don't think it'd really disrupt, because they could still go to 35 and the people that live right there can use the alley if they need to. I talked to a couple already. They didn't seem to think it'd be a big, it's only for a day. It's like a
Yeah.
Saturday, so. I mean, and we're gonna have Tom Shaw, he's gonna bring his brisket thing, and we're probably gonna get another vendor and just, and if it's something that, you know, if we do very well, we can always donate a little to the town, you know, if you like, we can do that too. I don't have a problem with
I
that.
don't think we got a problem with that. I mean, you're not really affecting any flow of traffic.
Yeah.
You're just talking about Market Street, right?
Yeah, just Market Street from like 16, that way we could park. The last one we had at my other shop, we kind of got a lot of people, more than we thought, so I'm kind of just doing a little preventative thing, just in case it gets out of control. We got a place to put them, you know what I mean? So, I think it'll be cool for the town too. I think it'll bring some, and we'll have people promote it as a car show, but not really a car show, more of just a meet and greet, and just kind of hang out and bullshit about cars and eat some food. No alcohol or none of that kind of stuff, you know, we just keep it real simple, you know.
What do you plan on doing?
I don't have a date yet,
Okay.
I'm good with
and I'm working with some YouTube guys that have 1 million followers, so I wanted to come here first, and then I'm gonna talk to them, and then they're gonna kind of coordinate with what they have going on. So it might be real huge. It might be like huge, but, you know, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be, I think my last one, we had all the police force was there, the mayor came. I mean, it was like, it was pretty good. So this one I think is gonna be even better, because they got more followers now, so it should be pretty cool.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be a big deal, but I just didn't want to assume. You know, because really, we could literally park on both sides of the street, and the center of the street's still gonna be open, but I wanted to park them like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
Right. We could get more cars in, and then if there's spectators, you know, they could park in my lot in the field, and, you know.
Well, that
so we
gentleman
don't-
standing behind you.
This guy, he's gonna be on duty that day. I didn't tell him yet, but.
With our approval, we put him to work.
Yeah, well, we need a couple, just in case, you never know, but normally they don't get out of control, people are pretty, they're pretty respectful, you know?
I'll just work with Dale on getting the street shut off for work.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Go for it.
I figured, but I didn't wanna, I didn't wanna assume.
Yeah.
I'm the newbie here, so.
That's great, so thanks for
Yeah.
doing it,
I
actually.
think it'll be cool, I think, and then, you know, if it really works, cool, maybe it's a yearly thing, you know, do it all the time, and, you know, get people out and about, and meet and get all the neighbors, you know, that's what it's about, so. But that's it, that's all I got.
Good to go.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'm Gene Powell, and I live over at 116 Michael Lane.
Okay.
The easement that goes east and west behind our property line. It's blocked. I wanted to clean out my fence row that is next to the easement. And former town council member has filled that easement up with trash and brush and junk.
Well, it's to the point that some of it has fallen
on the curb.
onto our property, the fences coming at us.
Yeah,
There's fence posts sticking out and.
he put a log pile up against the fence that's fallen over and the posts are sticking out. in the direction.
So he's talking about this even right through here.
Okay.
I suppose he's gone, yeah.
A little bit,
Okay.
It's from,
So is there actually an unmaintained alley there?
It's not a maintained alley, it's clear.
I think it's one of the fire lanes that's over there on that side.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't.
it would, it's not,
No.
it's blocked.
You know, because there's a lot of them fire lanes over there on that side for whatever reason,
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry, I was trying to figure out where we're at. What's the ask again to clean that out?
My address is 116 Michael Lane.
Yeah.
You wanna know what?
Yeah, what's the request?
Yeah, I just wondered if you could clear that easement. Frog has just filled it up with trash.
See all the junk in the trash.
Tom might be able to answer
That's what
this,
it's
Tom,
called.
do you know? So an easement, is it owned by the
Or the easement.
people that own that property,
I've been
or
back there.
because it's an easement?
Well, he's on one side of the easement,
Right, so there's half and half.
we're on the other side of the easement.
Done away with, but who actually owns, is it the homeowners or the city?
Well, the city, I don't
I don't
know,
think so.
the city probably has an
Right.
easement, and then there could be separate landowners that own it. But
Right.
it would be owned subject to the easement.
Right,
If it's a fire lane, I mean, or is it dedicated as a fire lane, or is it dedicated as utility easement? It should be clear,
yeah, we don't,
it should be clear.
It's clear on both sides, either way, except.
well, as far as ownership, but yes, yeah, we gotta figure out who owns.
Well, yeah, and you could give the owners notice, and then if they don't clean it out, the town can clean it out and send them a bill.
Right. Same way we do property.
Yeah.
I got a survey of our property, but that's.
So we need to find out if it's our fire lane or if it's an easement that is owned by both.
Utility.
Actually, was formerly, I think, a utility easement because there's phone boxes along at least either side of it going east and west. So I assume the utilities might have.
Well, I think on
I
an
don't
easement,
know.
I have an easement, and I own the property, I still have to maintain it.
Yeah.
So it's my responsibility to maintain that or whatever, so.
Gene, is that part of a subdivision, or was it just an easement that's?
I don't know about that. He's in the subdivision.
He is, but then half the other.
The other neighbor's not.
Got the elevate map up, will it show? Whether it's an easement or not?
We just have to check with the auditor's office who actually has control of that.
Oh, yeah, they should have a plat, they should have a plat of that easement. And show the owner of the land, and then what the easement was dedicated for.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I see.
So you have somebody check that out.
Normally, I tell you, I just check myself,
You
but
wanna check it out?
Here's his
I'm not one to work for it.
Okay. Who do we need to have do that? Who?
I'll check, I can get with Brad.
Yeah, I guess Brad usually does it for us too.
See this done.
And what was your address again, sir?
116 Michael Lane.
And we probably don't know what Frog's address is.
It's a south property.
This is 309 West North.
Very good.
We'll check on what who owns it, or if it's us, them, all that, and then, get back to you on.
That would be fine.
If we can do something about it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Sharon Collins, and I'm at 115 East Center Street. I've got a question and a comment. There was a water meter that was replaced a few weeks ago at my house, and I did not know anything about it. Aaron had come about, I would say, 2 weeks prior to the date that the water meter was replaced. I happened to see him out there like 7:30 in the morning, just taking the cover off. I didn't think anything of it. Nothing was said to me from that point on. So about 2 weeks later, after I saw him, I had gone to Logan for a couple hours and then came back. I didn't have any issue when I left, and when I came back, I was at the house for a while, and then I did a flush on the toilet, and the sounds that came out of that, in the pipes, I thought everything was bursting, something was happening. And it was total black water. And so I did not know for sure what I was going to do, but it filled up and then it stopped. So then I started looking at all of the other faucets. Every faucet in the house was total black water. So I looked around for a while, then went outside to see if I could see anything, saw nothing there. Happened to see a neighbor, so I said, "Do you have water issues over there?" "No, no water issues." But the town was there working at your meter. So I did not do anything for about 10 minutes, and then I decided I was coming uptown to try to find someone. I didn't get to talk to Aaron, but Lucian, they were here and they were just coming back, I think, from the plant out here, and then was going to be leaving shortly after that. So Lucian was kind enough to talk to me. I wanted to know, what did they do down at the house? I told him each thing that happened, and each time I said something, well, it's common, it's common, it's common. It will happen like that. I had no idea what was going to happen when a water meter was changed. So what I want to know, is there a process or procedure that when this is going to be done, that the homeowner is notified, whether I'm there or not? I would think that you could at least give somebody 1 to 2 days notice, so that if somebody had a load of clothes in the laundry, it would be, in the wash machine, it would be ruined. I know what rusty water is. This was not rust, this was black. And it took a long time for it to go through each one of the faucets to clear up. So all I want to know is there a procedure? If they don't, I'm not asking them to try to track me down or any other homeowner, but at least get some kind of notice to that homeowner, put a little card, have some bullet points there as to this can happen, this can happen, this can happen. If I know 2 to 3 things that can happen, and Lucian verified that yes, that can, why can't they do that? If they can't get a hold of me, if that's the way that the process and procedure is, if you can't get a hold of me, then put that notice when you're going to change that meter, so I know, or any other homeowner knows, this is going to be done. So there's a lot of people in town that work and are never there during the daytime. So,
Yeah, so I think right now, the process is they change it, and they try to inform you when you're there what they did. But I get what you're saying. If you're not there, how are you going to know? So, am I right, Lucian? That's the process today.
Yeah.
What do you get? I'm not against coming up, we can come up with a flyer to leave on the door.
Was it changed as an emergency, or was it just?
No.
It quit working.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I found out, that it was just not reading properly, so it was decided to change. Well, I don't mind that something's changed, but if there's something drastic like that, I don't know how to fix stuff like that. I don't know that that's what happens when you do that.
So I think I'll get with you and Aaron, and we'll figure out a way to notify them. Are there gonna be times is there ever a time where you're gonna have to replace that? And you wanna have advance notice to tell them like, hey, we're gonna be there 2 days? Or are there times where you're like, hey, we've gotta replace this right now?
It varies depending on what the problem is with it. So,
Okay.
It's not.
because the thing is, if it's stuck, then you give them 2 days, and they're getting 2 days of free water because it's stuck and won't read anymore. But it just varies, or if it gets cold and it breaks the meter, then you may have to change it right then.
So doing, maybe something and giving like advance notice may not always be the solution, but maybe we can come up with something where once it's changed, they at least try to knock on the door and inform you. If not, put something on the door that says, hey, your meter was just changed, you can expect this when you turn your water on. So is that kind of what you're looking
Yeah,
at?
and I understand there's emergencies, and I'm not expecting anything out of the ordinary. I assumed that maybe you had to order these meters anyway. If I know that Aaron was there close to 2 weeks prior to the time that they put it in, I just assumed that, after I got to thinking about what happened, that then maybe that was the case. But you still would have had time to tell me that maybe during this period of time, we're going to change that meter. But I understand emergencies, and I'm not asking anything out of the ordinary. I'm just saying, I don't think anybody it would have been happy if they had what I had. I don't think that people would have been happy. And I would have been okay if somebody would have just told me that this very well might happen to you, but I did not know what was happening.
Well, I'll work with Aaron and Lucian, and we'll come up with something that we can use, some sort of notification process moving forward. So I do know they do keep those meters on the shelf, so it wouldn't be something where they had to order it, but some way to notify you so you know what to expect when you turn that water on after they've done it. So we can get you. We can come up with a process moving forward.
Thank you.
You guys got anything?
What's the deal with the leaf sucker? Did we get one, or are we renting one, or what?
We got one that was used today.
Really? I missed it. Well, I won't be taking my leaves out there anyway. I thought I saw the trailer or whatever over
Was
there.
today the first day?
We used it last week, one day last week too.
And it's gonna be Mondays and Thursdays, right?
Yes.
And they just take their leaves out to the curb
Just,
Yeah.
yep, rake them to the curb and,
and not burn them.
Right.
not burn them.
And Mondays and Thursdays. No rocks, no sticks, nothing, just clean leaves.
So every Monday and
Thursday.
Thursday, till when?
Remember these?
Like, what do you do?
The
Like,
end of the month.
just like a whole month of November?
Well, right now we're saying October, November.
Yeah.
This year is kind of different. It's so warm that leaves are
No
not
way.
falling off
Yeah.
the trees, so.
It's just gonna have to be,
We've had to extend it before because of
Yeah,
leaves didn't fall.
Yeah.
Just,
It's a good idea, so next,
Keeps it down. So just dump the shit.
So, anyone else?
Question. You had mentioned last month something about sending flyers out to all the residents about the leaf bag. Do you want that done? We did post it at the post office and on the doors here, but do you want flyers to go out?
I kind of would like to, only because of the leaf and stick problem. That way,
yeah, I think everybody needs notified what maybe not to do, you know, that way we don't have a problem, with a brand new machine.
yeah, because that will destroy the
Is the
machine.
flyer that we have on the door acceptable to be sent out?
Does it say leaves?
It indicates that these will be picked up on Mondays and Thursdays, no rocks, no sticks, all of that.
I guess maybe
And to
just-
place them in the grass beside the street. And
I
then-
guess maybe just coordinate that with Aaron, make sure that's what he wants said.
you know, highlight, no sticks, no rocks, just big letters. For sure.
I would just coordinate that with Aaron Solution, that way.
No
Everyone's just
bicycles,
gotta do it.
skateboards,
Yeah, kidding.
BB guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I make a motion to
Mailing that?
approve.
You want it mailed, right?
Does it cost us money?
Oh, yeah. That'll be a couple $100, $200 or $300.
I mean, I'm willing to go.
Okay. That's probably cheaper than stamps. Honestly, if we
You
can
gonna do
get,
that on 400 doors?
if we can get the person who does the water report to do it, it'll be less expensive than stamps.
Who's that?
Doug.
Oh, well, Doug can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I can't figure that out. I got 2 kids and a wife, we can all get out
You
there.
can- All right, well, we'll print them and we'll let you
Do
know.
they have community service like up north? Like the high school has like a community service, like you have to have so many community service hours to graduate? Do they have that same thing here?
At the high school, they have
Well, there you
1 hour a
go.
year.
Now, the kids, you take 4 or 5 kids, here's your flyers, you go do it for free, you give them an hour of community service,
An hour a year.
right?
1 hour.
And you don't pay nothing.
I like his
An
idea.
hour. Really? Yeah.
We'll,
I'm cheap. No, but that, I mean, that works, it gives them community service hours and it gives you guys free labor.
Yeah, because
You know?
some of the kids don't like working in sessions, because that's usually when they get it, or cleaning up trash after the games.
Sure.
There's kids that like different opportunities.
Sure, it gives them one more.
So, a lot of churches allowed to come in, spring clean, fall clean. All right.
I need a motion to approve the claims.
I make a motion to approve the claims.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.
I'm hungry.
Teresa's stomach's chewing a hole in her back, but you don't retire,
I made a mistake.
can't retired people eat before they come.